Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. Today's video we will rank the top 10 void legendaries in the entire game. I recently did a tier list for the mythicals. I think most of the people who watched it, most of the comments were like the list is about accurate as it can be. Like they said, some people said like this is the most accurate tier list that we've ever seen, and then some people ask why don't I just rank the top 10 void legendaries. So let's just go and rank those void legendaries, and let's start with a number 10. This is one of my favorite void legendaries in the entire game. I think he is the best progression champion. He is the void legendaries that can make the game, any content in the game, doable. Okay, he doesn't do everything, but he does everything good enough for you to beat any content you want, and that champion is Cardi B. Why is Cardi B so good? I mean, everything about his kit is so good. He has ally attack, one of the best. Used to be one of the best ally attacks in the entire game. It's 4 turns cooldown and can be 3 turns if he gets the kill. Very quick guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics: Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. And then we have a cleanse with a block debuff, revive on death. This one used to be the only cleanse in the entire game that's a 3-turn cooldown with block buffs. And his A1, he joins the ally, he joins any attack randomly and he heals everyone. And he has like a good big passive that if there is anyone 20% chance, that goes to 35% chance that ally receive 20% damage from champions from the demon. So he basically, if there is any of these champions, that he will just make the team tankier. Also, he has 15, goes to 30% chance whenever someone attack, he will join the attack and heals everyone by, supposed to be 7.5, but I think if you do the math with the books, it goes to almost 10 to 12%. With the masters, it goes to 15% of their health every time he does his A1. And on top of that, he has a speed aura in all battles, and that's what makes him the top 10 champion, void champion in the entire game. Now, moving into number 9, this is a fan favorite. It's becoming like a Kraken favorite champion. Like even Krakens use this void legendary, even though it's free and it's not Kitraxa or Initiway or Chalco, even though Chalco is actually good, but he's not good enough to fit within the top 10. Spoilers alert, he won't be there. The champion I'm talking about is Lamasu. Why? Speed aura, 24% in all content in the game. Any content in the game, she has 24% speed aura. This one used to be locked to champions that are insanely hard to obtain, as like the mythicals, you know. Why is she so good? Well, everything about her kit is good. Like she does block debuff to fear. If you don't take true fear, she will land decrease speed. She has a decrease attack A1. She reset with intercept, immune to sheep, and every debuff placed by this champion decreases the target turn meter by 5%. She has 3 debuffs at least, so she has a chance to decrease your speed by 100%, by 100, not 100%, okay? But yeah, she is free champion you get by winning, I think, 10 siege battles, which takes like usually 10 weeks, no, 20 weeks at least. But she is so worth it because we've seen her like in those world record teams for Titus, for Trunda, because she reset Trunda and then Trunda reset everyone. It's better than having 2 Trundas, it's better than having 2 Yumikos. She reset Yumiko reset everyone. And she's better than having 2 Yumikos because she can also reset a specific champion. Also, she has block debuff and decrease attack and in speed aura, which makes her like one of the top 10 best void legendaries in the entire game. Now moving into number 8, this is a free champion. Technically, you don't need anything to have it. You just need to beat faction in normal mode, and the champion I'm talking about here is Lydia. Why Lydia is so good? She has decreased defense and weaken, one of the most crucial debuffs you need in order to skyrocket your damage, do you more damage. And then she has block active skill on her A3 with block buffs, block and poison sensitivity. She doesn't provide poison, which is kind of weird to have poison sensitivity without poison. But everything about her kit is to boost your damage. She make you do more damage with poison. She make you do more damage with like your typical damage by having decreased defense and weak. And her A1, to put an icing on a cake, she has a chance, 100% chance to land a fear debuff, which helps insanely, tremendously against Chimera. And she is the best support you could ever imagine or have just to defeat the Chimera. She does have block revive. This ability is only good in faction, technically, and you don't use her in arena anymore because like she gets body crept in arena, but she is still one of the most crucial champions to use or have in the entire game. And now moving into number 7, and in number 7 I have 2 champions in this spot, and it's not going to be Yasuo or Shuzen. It's actually a champion that I don't have myself, and it is Yumiko. And literally for this ability here, which she reset and increase the opposing team's cool down. What does she do better than anything? Better than other champions? She reset everyone, and she can reset other Yumikos. That's like the main thing about her. Well, like something like Kaimer does not reset Kaimer. So this is like the insane thing about it. Like she reset other Yumikos, while other reset champions don't reset themselves. Don't reset another champion of that. That's literally the main reason why she is in the list. And to be honest, I will put Warlord in the same spot. We're talking about number 7 here. They are technically as good, except that Yumiko is also good in Chimera and Hydra, because in Chimera and Hydra with Titus teams or Trunda team, I mean technically Trunda is in Hydra, not in Chimera, but Titus teams, you do need a Yumiko to get like those world record teams with like you do like, I don't know, 80 billion clash points. So for that I will just mention Yumiko, but like yeah, I usually generally like rank Warlord in the same spot. I would be as happy for having either of those, but Yumiko has slightly more content where you could use her. Now number 6, it's 2 champions that I don't have, and the first champion in number 6 is actually Nazis. Nazis being one of the best HP nukers in the entire game, and that's literally for like his duo, you could say for his duo with Queen Ancora, but he doesn't need Ancora because like his ability like does hit insanely hard and block revive. Also this one is also hits insanely hard, especially on champions like Krotos or like Taras, where like this does not trigger the passive and he would still kill something like the cat, what about the cat, the demon cat name, or even Rotos. He will just use it and it will ignore all of these passive and he will kill everyone, which make him one of the best HP nukas in the entire game. Offensively, defensively though, that goes to Taras. They are both in the number 6. Where is Taras here? Because Taras is technically better defensively because of like his other passive, where like Nazi is better offensively because he just hit insanely hard and he ignores everything. Number 5, also we have 2 champions. Sorry guys, I know you want to see 1 champion, but I'm gonna say 2 champions. I'm gonna talk about Georgette the Breaker, the Breaker, the Nut Breaker, because he looks like the Nut Breaker from that cartoon. So what's the thing about Georgette? Well, Georgette's main signature ability is like his A3, where like he just ignores everything. He kills most of the time unless they have reaction. He will always kill, and then he would grant an extra turn to use his other insane ability, which does insane amount of damage. And the fun part, like when you use this one, then you go to this ability, and if you kill, you have unkillable, and pretty much you always find something to kill with this ability. So he is an attack nuker that does insane amount of damage. Look, he has like 1600 attack, and his passive also provides you with almost a savage gear. Has 50% chance for this champion to ignore 50% of the target defense for each hit placed by this champion's skill. So he will always have that, and his A1 is just insane. Attack one enemy 2 times, yeah, has 30% chance of repeating this attack. So people always pair him with Necret, because when Necret does his ally attack ability, Georgette will join and he has a chance to repeat that, and you give him something like Phantom Touch and he will just keep hitting until he kills something like Rotos, which you never expect an A1 to kill Rotos. I have another champion also in spot number 5, and that goes to Ieyasu. Ieyasu also is kind of the same, except that he can be used in Hydra as well, because he just does so much damage and he ignores so much, except that he doesn't ignore everything. Georgia ignore block damage, unkillable, I don't know, everything. Ally protection, increased defense, while Ieyasu only ignores stone skin, shield, and strengthen. So not as good as Georgia, and remember, like, Georgia also can get an extra turn, except that we have the grant an extra turn if you kill on an A1, which make Ieyasu Ieyasu's A1 the best A1 in the entire game. Such an insane ability. Look at that. Attack one enemy 2 times. Place an extra hit if the target is under a buff. Place 2 extra hits if the target is under a buff and is from the undead. So if Sifi goes first, Ieyasu's A1 will hit 4 times. And if you kill, you are gonna get an extra turn. Pretty much he always kills Sifi. His A2, one of the hardest hitting abilities against Hydra as well, and it's the best ability to use against Wukong. If the target is killed by this skill, please block revive. He's able to block revive, while like Georgia is not capable of that. So why he's technically slightly power crept Georgia, because Georgia does not block revive, except that Georgia hits us slightly harder on his A3. I think if you do the math, they do the same amount of damage, except that Georgia basically grant an extra turn, while like this guy doesn't on his A3. But this guy has technically a slightly better A1. Now, number 4. This is kind of controversial. I also have 2 champions. Hey guys, we have so many good voided champions that it makes them hard to fit within a top 10. And it's a newly added champion to the game. And it's Narma. Niamhi. Or whatever. Narma. Spear of Nidisa, whatever her name is. This champion's main signature ability is like her passive. Place block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn at the start of each round. And each time this champion's HP drop below 50%, so she will almost always have block damage. Now, this champion is getting more and more used the longer the game go, and she is technically power corrupting Marichka. But what I found is that during Classic Arena Reset, people have both. As like they will almost always have block damage, so you get a team that you can't even defeat. The main thing about this champion is like if you build her in 9 pieces protection, this block damage will always be protected. Well, 75% will be protected, which make it insanely hard to deal with, whether in live arena, whether in Hydra. What does Hydra have to do? No, whether in live arena or the classic arena or the 3v3. She is becoming the most wanted champion for almost everyone who cares about PvP. But if you don't care about PvP, this is actually the top 4 champion, and she's an undead, known for everyone, known to everyone. And the champion I'm talking about is actually Sifi, the Lost Bride. Why is Sifi so good? I don't think I have to talk about that. You guys know why she's so good. She's one of very... I think she's the only champion that has 3 buffs on the same ability and boost turn meter as well on a 4-turn cooldown. Now, something like Gizmak has it. Well, Gizmak does not boost turn meter. Also, you don't build Gizmak fast. She is the best turn meter booster. Technically, she's the best champion to go first as well. Because every other turn meter booster is like very vulnerable to something like Torment. And like get frozen, you know? While like she's the only one who does put block debuff while boosting the turn meter, I think, as far as I'm, and she also has a revive with increased attack, increased crit rate. But the main ability about her, she has the best A1 in the entire game by far. Nothing is even close. Attack one enemy, 100% a chance to sleep that, and that sleep cannot be resisted. If the target turn meter is above 50%, heals all allies by 5% of the max HP. The target turn meter is below 50. I actually don't know about this. I just read it. And I think she just have the best A1 in the entire game, and nothing is even close. Number 3. Okay, this is now where it start getting more controversial. Like, you guys have, you guys have agreed with me in the past, so you have to agree with me now. And that champion, I'm actually, I don't know whether to put this champion in number 1 or number 2 or number 3. So I think those upcoming 3 champions have the argument of being number 1, depending on your need or whatever you think is better for your account. So those 3 champions are arguably can be top 1 for each. Number 1 champion, and it is actually Odin. Where are you, Odin? I don't have you. Where is Odin? Odin, where are you? Oh, he's a barbarian, right? He's a barbarian, sorry. Yeah, why is Odin number 3? Odin is just insane. He has a strip, stun, remove all debuffs, a strip, then has a 80% chance placing decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns, and then has 80% chance placing stun. So strip, decreased defense, and then stun. One of the most annoying strip abilities in the entire game. His A3 just hits insanely hard and always can kill anyone. And combine that with his A3, and if the target is killed, revive a random ally with 50% HP and 50% per meter. He is one of very few champions that can be a nuker and a reviver. We're talking about Nice, Odin, and Altan. I think the barbarian. It's one of the worst things they've added to the game. Like, they made nukers that can also be revivers. I hope that we don't see that thing in the game, because a nuker is not supposed to revive. But Odin can be both. He can be a reviver, he can be a nuker. Also, he's so good even in Hydra, so you can build him for Hydra and he would do like enemy max HP damage. His A1 is like, think of it as like a better version of Weaken. Except that it's an A1, and with an ally attack you have the chance to land it on more enemies. Except that it can be like a double sword edge, you know, like you can harm yourself by making whoever under berserk to do more damage. But that's why he's so good to use. Like, if you know what to do, you will benefit of this. And then he has a speed aura in arena by 40% on voided champions, which makes him the most obnoxious champion in the entire game. Odin Father, arguably the strongest void champion in the entire game. Number 2, and this number 2 can also be number 1 as well, and that is Shuzhen. Why is Shuzhen number 1? It's literally her A3 combined, her A2 combined with her speed aura. So she has the best speed aura. Okay, arguably what you expect the speed aura to be, 30% chance in arena. And then she can decide who goes after her, and that is just such an insane combination. But like, you decide who goes after. With like Georgid or Ieyasu, okay, because those two ignore everything. You just decide. You can build those. You can build your with Shuzhen. You can build your nuker with 0 speed almost and stack as much damage as possible. And if Shuzhen make it to the ban list, Live Arena as an example. By the way, she's the most banned champion in the entire game. Like, she is the most banned champion in Live Arena, because she can just decide whoever is gonna be there. You put it like, you use your A2 on like a Georgid or like let's say Ieyasu, and then you have a block revive ability with like whoever you kill, you're gonna block revive, and then bam, they are out of the fight. And then that's why Shuzhen is one of the most first pick to champ. If you have it, you always first pick it, because you don't want your opponent to have this champion. And then her A3, like, she's just the best speed booster in the entire game. Is she better than Siphi? Well, technically Siphi is not vulnerable to Torment, while this one is vulnerable to Torment. Like, let's just say it that way. But what she does better than Arbiter like boosts everyone by 30%. What Shuzhen does, she boosts her team by 20% and then decrease the opposing team by 20%, all in one ability. And she put increases speed on you, decreases speed on them. And that's why she is just so freaking good. Number 1 champion, I think you guys have expected that, and it's actually Marichka. Why Marichka is so good? Her passive is just insane. Yeah, look at this. Whenever okay, by the way, revive all dead allies with 50% HP, 75% per meter whenever this champion is killed, and this passive does not have a cooldown. All you need to do is to revive her. And she's making a great trio in the game right now. If you have Marichka with Nice, the mythical, and Galathir, those are the strongest 3 champions to have together, because you remember the other 2 also revive, and they are too tanky. So you struggle to kill either of those 3, and each of those 3 can revive the other 2. Yeah, kill one, the other 2 will revive. So you when you play against those, you're kind of stuck in an infinite loop of reviving, and you'll be like, okay, I can just have the awakening that decrease the revive the champions by 60% of their HP, and Marichka literally just removed that off her A2. Like, look at that. Fully restored all any allies, decrease max HP, which like she's the best counter for this. Then heal all allies by 40% of this champion's max HP. And people always build this champion with like 150,000 HP. So her heal always put everyone at a full HP and then give them an insane shield, because it's not like just that. Look at that. Place a shield and buff and the protected strengthen on all allies. Like the shield, okay. Like she just, let's say your champions were at 20% health. She made them full HP, then she gave them a gigantic shield and a protected strengthen, which means they will not die for the next 2-3 minutes. And then you go to this ability, remove all debuffs, fill the turn meter by 15%, and extra 5 for each buff removed, and increase resistance on all allies by 5 for each buff removed. I'm not sure about this, but I think this just keeps stacking. Like on a long fight like Hydra, every time Hydra land poison on you, she cleanse it, she give you permanently 5 extra per each debuff. So in a long fight where like Hydra will land poison on you, like after 2-3 minutes into the fight against Hydra, your champions will have 600 or 700 resistance. Just as insane as that. And her A1, which make her even way more ridiculous. Attack one enemy, one random ally will team up and join the attack. So if you pair her with Nice, and Nice kill anyone by joining her, Nice will revive someone. That's how insane she is, and I just hate it, man, because I can never pull this champion. Like, look at this. I have pulled Void every time we have this champion in the 10x, and I can just never pull her. She was introduced to the game, I think 2 years ago, slightly more, and she is still the queen of the Void champions. Okay, the queen implies that only the females. She is the best Void legendary in the entire game. Was when she first came out, and still the best Void legendary. And she has, you could argue that she has a mythical champion kit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like the content. If you made it this far, you should be liking the video. Let's be honest. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll catch you all in the next video. And if there is something you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below, because I might just be, you know, like, I might just have a tunnel vision where like, I think those are good because I don't have them, right? But I try to be as accurate as possible. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next time. Peace.